Hello everyone. This video presents a notable event that happened on each day from the past week in history. On September 1st, 2004, terrorists seeking the independence of Chechnya from Russia invaded School Number 1 in Beslan, North Ossetia, Russia, taking 1,100 hostages, of which well over 700 were schoolchildren. The incident lasted 3 days and cost 333 innocent lives and the lives of 31 of the 32 terrorists. The attackers had pre-staged weapons and explosives in the school weeks before the attack. A standoff followed demands that Chechnya be given independence, and after 3 days, Russian forces began an assault that triggered explosions and shooting by the terrorists, and a firefight that resulted in 186 children killed among the 364 total number of deaths. The actual worst school massacre in history was the Santa Maria School Massacre of 1907 in Chile, in which 2,300 people died. What can be done to protect our schools? On September 2nd, 1963, CBS Evening News made TV history by becoming the first major nightly news show to be 30 minutes long instead of only 15 minutes. Prior to this event, the evening news was 15 minutes of local and 15 minutes of national news. Other big changes to TV news include NBC switching its national news shows to color in 1966, quickly matched by rivals ABC and CBS. Still, a majority of Americans watched the news in black and white until 1972, when color TVs finally became the majority. Cleveland's Dorothy Foldheim became the first female local news anchor in 1947, and in 1976 Barbara Walters became the first female co-anchor of a major network news. Katie Couric became the first female solo news anchor in 2006. What is your favorite television news show? On September 3rd, 1935, Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah was the scene of an historic automobile event, the first ever car to achieve a documented speed of over 300 miles per hour. Sir Malcolm Campbell, motor journalist and race car driver, piloted a Rolls-Royce V12-powered Campbell-Railton Bluebird to a new land speed world record, a record he himself already held since March of 1935 in the same car. Campbell had set new world land speed records in his Bluebird 5 times, and in other cars 4 more times, making him a 9-time world land speed record setter. The current land speed record is held by Andy Green with his Thrust SSC jet-powered car at just over 760 miles per hour, set in 1997. What is the fastest you have ever driven a car? On September 4th, 1882, the Pearl Street Station opened for business in New York City, the first commercial provider of electric power to customers. Built and operated by the Edison Illuminating Company, a new era began of providing the public with mass quantities of electric power. In the century plus since 1882, the U.S. has seen an electrical grid fed by over 11,000 utility-type electric plants. Coal originally fired most electric plants, but today natural gas provides over 38% of our electricity. Coal accounts for 22%, while nuclear energy provides almost 19% of our electricity. Wind power is the biggest renewable electric source at 9% of our current, while hydropower provides about 6%. Solar-generated electricity and other sources are still minor players at this time. Should all homes have their own emergency generator? On September 5th, 1980, the Gotthard Road Tunnel in Switzerland opened for travel, at the time the longest highway tunnel in the world at 10.5 miles long. Today we look at some other real and fictional tunnels. The Channel Tunnel, or Chunnel, connecting France and England with an under-the-sea section of 23.5 of its 31-mile length. The Time Tunnel, a TV show from 1966 to 1967, featuring 2 lost time travelers going from one historical adventure to another. The Delaware Aqueduct, the longest tunnel in the world, located in New York State, running 85.1 miles to carry water to New York City. The Tunnel of Love, an amusement park ride at Palisades Park, New Jersey, a 1958 film, a tree tunnel in Ukraine, and an album by Bruce Springsteen. What is your favorite tunnel? On September 6, 2013, ivory poachers in Africa poisoned and killed 41 elephants at the Hwange National Park in Zimbabwe. The WWF reports about 20,000 elephants are killed illegally each year in Africa by poachers, out of a worldwide total of only 415,000 African elephants. Incredibly, in 1930, there were about 10 million wild elephants in Africa. Despite strict anti-poaching laws, poaching takes a terrible toll on many types of animals. There may be about 30,000 rhinos left in Africa, of which only 6,000 are black rhinos, which numbered over 100,000 as recently as 1960. In 1900, 500,000 rhinos were wild in Africa. The 3 species of Asian rhinos are quite near extinction. What can we do to eliminate poaching? On September 7, 1936, Benjamin, the last thylacine, better known as the Tasmanian tiger or Tasmanian wolf, a carnivorous marsupial of Australia, Tasmania, and New Guinea, died. The introduction of dingoes and climate change cut into their population, and hunting pressure did the rest. Now that we have no living thylacines, should scientists use cloning to resurrect the species? Are there any moral or practical reasons not to? What about other extinct species? Some of the critters we would like to see brought back through cloning include the woolly mammoth and the woolly rhinoceros. Finding their frozen remains in the tundra may make this proposition a possibility. Other extinct prehistoric animals may not be brought back due to a lack of suitable DNA. Recently extinct animals such as the passenger pigeon, dodo, and Steller's sea cow are more likely to have DNA that has survived for possible cloning. As a question for my students and subscribers, which event from this past week in history would you most like to learn more about? Please let me know in the comment section below this video. If you liked this video and would like to receive notification of new videos, please feel welcome to subscribe to History in Headlines and become one of our patrons. Your viewership is much appreciated. For image, audio, and other credits and attributions for components of the individual videos in this compilation, please see the descriptions of their respective videos, which are linked to in this video's description.